Here we bring dreams, timeless and true, old as the ages, fragile and new. This night, this season, this year among years, and this community are all about the gathering together of our dreams, individual dreams, collective dreams, practical dreams, impossible dreams. We each bring them. Some we speak aloud, some we write on paper chains for our tree, some remain unspoken in our hearts. Dreams, by their very nature, are fragile things. They point us towards worlds that might never have existed before and might be impossible to bring into existence at all. When we wake, they fade away so quickly. Yet we can set the stage for dreams. Somehow darkness coaxes them. Starlight and candlelight encourage them, similar to when we tell stories around a campfire or build a fort of blankets and dining room chairs. These environments make magic more possible. That is what dreams are when we get right down to it. Dreams are magic in the making, the ability to imagine, to hope, to call forth things that are not real now, sounds a bit like magic to me. The, the border between the imagined and the real is not as rigid as we sometimes think. There was a time that air travel was imagined, a time that cities were imagined, a time that civil rights were imagined, a time that gay ministers were imagined, a time that our children were imagined, a time before each piece of art was made real, that it was only a dream, too. There was a time before this congregation when it was but an idea in the heads of a few, a dream, a possibility. Which of them could have imagined this night and this gathering? That is the potential power of dreams. Though they are fragile things, they can spark ideas that shift reality forever. The first human being to harness fire likely did not know what she was starting. The first telling of the story of a baby in the manger was unlikely intended to be told a millennia or two later on the other side of the world. In the story from the Gospel of Luke, the shepherds bring their dreams for this one child's future. Barely arrived, and already the weight of a people are nestled around him, like the bands of cloth that clothe him. What I like about this story is that at the end of the passage it reads, "But Mary treasured all these words and pondered them in her heart." It isn't clear to me what is going through this mother's mind, and what could be. Imagine your family is unable to even secure a room. You have just given birth. I understand that this is an experience unlike any other in and of itself. And now there are shepherds bringing unimaginable portents about the future of this little one in your arms. Mary, the text says, treasures these words and ponders them in her heart. This isn't a complete endorsement of what has come her way, nor is it an outright denial either. Here we have the possibilities beginning to take shape that this child is unlike any other. And the baby in this story is a dream too. In fact, every baby born holds the dreams of many people in their little hands. Imagine the possibilities and the hopes that new parents place in them. Imagine the dreams they themselves begin to create as they grow and change. The dreams of those around them and their own intersect and create the future that unfolds. Was it fate or hope, possibility or chance? Mythic story mixes these, as Kendall's words remind us. What do the dreams placed on an infant so long ago in such an unlikely place say about we who place them? Or perhaps it is not we who place our dreams upon the child, but that this story names the hope that exists in the coming of each new generation into the world. I was reminded during Hanukkah of the poem This Morning by Mary Oliver. This morning the redbird's eggs have hatched, and already the chicks are chirping for food. They don't know where it's coming from. They just keep shouting, more, more. As to anything else, they haven't a single thought. Their eyes haven't yet opened. They know nothing about the sky that's waiting, or the thousands, the millions of trees. They don't even know they have wings. And just like that, like a simple neighborhood event, a miracle is taking place. So it may not be we who bring our dreams to the baby, but instead we who are about to learn about the immenseness of the world around us, and that we ourselves have wings. And the coming of each new year brings with it the possibility of transformation too. We have been through a collective time in the wilderness, so much uncertainty and no small amount of loss and loneliness have been with us these past few months. But hope endures, and in the quiet moments, we can begin to imagine what an ever after looks like. I see glimpses of those possibilities now, still hazy, but beginning to take shape. If our collective eyes are just now beginning to open, imagine what is on the horizon. What we are reminded of on nights filled with starlight, nights where twinkling lights call to us, is that even here, in the depth of winter, life is beginning to stir. And there is beauty here too, times where the world pauses between breaths, that miracles take place like a simple neighborhood event. In congregations, in homes, in our daily lives, we dream new things into reality every night. This community is a place to bring those dreams for what might be. This year is one to hold up to the returning light and know that our dreams can be carried through the most challenging of circumstances. This season is one where we can gather ourselves, heal, and begin to make way for what will come next. This night is a good night to write down some of those dreams, to get to know them by heart, and a good time to look up at the night sky, to be reminded by the stars that we are part of something so much larger. So may it be.